Good afternoon, everyone. Today is one of the first days that I have done a complete run through of my ideal morning. Not perfectly in order because I'd have to wake up a little bit earlier for that. However, wake up around 9 and lay down, give gratitude for about 30 minutes, wake up, write down my goals, and I'll share ideally what I'd be transitioning into if I wasn't going to do the meal drop offs for, of course, our families in need, yet some that we got to do. We got to take care of those who are not as fortunate to be employed, fortunate to have great parents, fortunate to come from a mindset of peacefulness. It's a lot of people out there that have been through circumstances that other people don't understand. That's why one of my pet peeves, I suppose, is when people knock individuals of poverty and say, why can't they just pick themselves up and figure it out? And it's because their entire life they've been programmed that they're not good enough. They've never had a system that developed their self-worth. It's a tough way to live. We got to have empathy, and we need to care and have compassion and lift those individuals up, because as humanity, we're only as strong as our weakest link. And our weakest links are not weak. They're incredibly strong. They simply need to be molded. Like Les Brown had talked about when he worked at Ford, how when molds for the engine got made, they were made out of scrap metal that were melted down and then molded. So we all come in as scrap metal and get melted down and molded, and for different people it happens at different stages of life. So I believe it's extremely important to mold ourselves no matter what age we are, because the more light we are, the more light we have to give to others. Speaking of gratitude as well, one piece out of my reading today that I appreciated because I'm living it, and it's only going to help me live more fully in the present, is the appreciation and the awe for all things, the beauty of the shape of the leaf, and really looking at it and really being present with that leaf. Really being in the moment and appreciating everything for what it is. The author talked about her taking a trip to Yellowstone Park when she was going through her divorce, and how the park wasn't even beautiful at the time because she was in her mind. And the second time she went back, it was as if she was seeing it for the first time, because now she had the presence and the awe and the recognition of the beauty. I also believe that beauty can be seen in our imagination. Seeing what we want our life and what we want the world to look like, and understanding that everything is possible, and the only limitation is that of our mind, and everything is possible. And we can use technology as a force for good rather than mere convenience. So having extra appreciation for your breath, for your legs, for the ability to walk. One thing I learned out of this book was the idea of walking meditation and paying attention to every step and how it feels on your feet and your hips and your legs. Have an appreciation for the food that you're tasting, the water that we're drinking. So much to be grateful for in this world, in this life. So blessed to have gotten to experience America for the first 28 years of my life. So I'd like to make a quick shift and share what the author wrapped the book up. in regards to the core principles of practicing mindfulness. Number one is being present, which is what essentially I had just spoke of being in the moment and the Yellowstone example. She talks about being present is paying attention to where we are, what we're doing, and what we're thinking. So being in the moment, not thinking about the future, not thinking about the past, having everything in the now. Eckhart Tolle is huge on living in the now. Practicing compassion. Practicing compassion is extending tolerance, empathy, kindness, and forgiveness to others and ourselves. Ironically, empathy I had recently just spoken of a few minutes ago in regards to understanding that everybody has beautiful potential within them and not everyone has had the opportunity to release that. So what can we do to help those individuals? How can we forgive others for what has occurred and forgive ourselves, most importantly, because we can't give what we don't have, can't give forgiveness if we don't have forgiveness for ourselves. Kindness, generosity. Letting go. Letting go is accepting that change is the natural order of existence and that neither pain nor pleasure lasts forever. The seasons all come and go. Everything comes and goes. Life is a cycle of birth, growth, decline, death, rebirth, growth, decline, death, rebirth. And we are part of that cycle, whether we want to admit it or not, and whether we realize it or not. We will die, and we will be reborn. How? That's the mystery. Realize, though, you can't take any of it with you. I love my 2013 Subaru. Love it. Whip that thing. Vroom, vroom, I'm vrooming. I gotta find my way. Check out that new Quave. Honestly, Quave on SoundCloud. Song called Coldplay. Song is crazy. Last one, cultivating a spiritual practice. Setting aside unplugged restorative time for contemplation, connection, and moments of calm. Well, funny enough, I interrupted myself earlier, but we brought it all back as everything always is. My ideal routine of waking up, giving gratitude, writing my goals, moving over to drinking some tea, preferably pomegranate with honey, reading a great book, moving from that into a laying down meditation and feeling the inner body, taking that meditation into a moving meditation of yoga, and now spending my time with y'all. That is my ideal day, and life is good. I love all of you. I wish you a productive, confident, cheerful, gracious, giving, kind, empathetic, generous, peaceful, and calming afternoon. Much love as always. The light in me always recognizes the light in you. And I wish only the best for you and everyone in this planet. Much love. Peace.